4 years ago, I was basically unemployed. A wanderer with no home. But now, I'm a husband and a father. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I don't know how you did it, Pops.
My job was a little less stressful than yours.
Oh yeah, I finally got a job. I'm the king of Atlantis. 500 million people from every known species in the sea call this place home. But that doesn't mean they all like me.
I'm gonna kill Aquaman and destroy everything he holds dear. I'm gonna murder his family and burn his kingdom to ash.
He must be stopped, or a global meltdown is imminent.
I think I know someone that might be able to help us.
After failing to defeat Aquaman the first time, Black Manta wields the power of the mythic Black Trident to unleash an ancient and malevolent force. Hoping to end his reign of terror, Aquaman forges an unlikely alliance with his brother, Orm, the former king of Atlantis. Setting aside their differences, they join forces to protect their kingdom and save the world from irreversible destruction. So Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom comes to streaming, which stars Jason Momoa, Patrick Wilson, Nicole Kidman, Amber Heard, and directed by James Wan. Now there's been a lot of bad reviews really about this film. I wasn't really interested in going to the cinema to watch it at the time because obviously of the bad reviews and the way the superhero movies have been going lately. They really are taking a turn downhill, to say the least. Especially I didn't like that Blue Beetle? Yeah, Blue Beetle. I didn't like that one at all. That just watched the Marvels. I thought that was terrible. The Ant-Man and the Wasp, the new one, that was just ridiculous. The Thor one was the last Thor one was really bad. They're just going downhill. Not enough thought is going into these films. They're just like put on a conveyor belt and just sold. Just put a label on it, Captain this or bloody Super this, and they just sell. But not anymore. They're not doing well, and something needs to happen. I think they need to just chill out with the amount of films that are coming out now. It's just getting overdone too much, I think, and time just to take a back seat and give it a rest, I think. But as for this Aquaman film, is not as bad as what the reviews have been. I thought it was quite good. Not as good as the first one, obviously. The first one seems a lot more epic than this film. This film seems very more, how can I explain, tighter on the lens, or just to try and cheap things out a bit. Some special effects are a bit ropey. But the main problems I think with Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom is the villains. They are piss poor. Yeah, the villains do nothing for me. They were just crap, to be honest with you, and they let the film down more than anything. Even the way the film sets were, every time you saw the villains, it just felt cheap. It just felt like it was done in a studio, and just the way they were shot, it just let the film down, quite a bit. I noticed also in this Aquaman, it has a lot of comparisons to a lot of other films, especially like The Day After Tomorrow. The beginning of the film where the ice shelf sort of breaks apart. I saw a bit of copying that. It's felt... I'm trying to get my bloody words out here. It felt a lot like Journey 2 You know, do you remember the Journey to Center of the Earth with The Rock? The second one, Journey 2, felt a lot like that in places. Yeah, definitely a lot of bits pinched from different films. I tell you what, I'd love to see. I'd like to see this in 3D. I think it'd make a hell of a difference in 3D. It just has 3D written all over it. So I hope they do eventually release a 3D copy of this. I would really like to see this in 3D. As for the picture quality on the streaming, which was 4K, it's very, very colourful. It has a hell of a lot of colour in it. Like I said, sometimes the effects in some place are a bit ropey, and you can see that it's filmed in his studio. There's a hell of a difference really between this one and the first film, I think. The audio was good, good soundtrack, good sound effects, and yeah, it was good. It comes in just over 2 hours. There is plenty of action on it. There's plenty of action in it, and it is a good adventure. It's not as bad as what people make out to be, but if you're expecting the first one, you might be slightly disappointed. So there you go. That was my sort of review of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. It's not a bad film at all. It has its down points here and there, but it's still enjoyable, and it'll get 1 thumbs up for me for Aquaman.
Good job, brother. High five.
Do not call me brother. I cannot believe you let this happen.
Yeah, well, I hate this job.
True king builds bridges, right?
True king builds bridges.
We need to find Manta.
He's different now. He's stronger than before.
It's the Black Trident. During King Atlan's time, there were 7 kingdoms. And the Trident was a curse upon them all.
The Trident's dark magic is spreading.
He means to end the bloodline.
I don't know what lies ahead, but we can't leave our children a world without hope.
You're not as bad at this as you think.
If you lead, the 7 kingdoms will follow.